What the haters talking about?
What's up, family? Question: how far would you go to achieve a lifelong dream? One that is not guaranteed. How far would you go? I recently spoke with Layzie on the Ghetto Boys Reloaded podcast, and he told me a tale of Bone Thugs and Harmony hopping on a Greyhound bus from Cleveland, Ohio, headed to Los Angeles, California, to meet Eazy-E, who they did not know and whom he did not know of them. They just decided they was just gonna hop on a bus and just go out there, and they was gonna get signed to Ruthless Records. And it worked. Fam, it worked. They just say, hey, they had to make plenty of stops along the way. And he said when they got to Las Vegas, he started questioning, what the hell are we doing, man? What if we get out there and these fools start shooting? Because he said at that point, all he knew was menace to society. That's all he knew about LA was menace to society. And he was like, man, I hope these fools don't start shooting. And so he said they got out there, and they were homeless for 3 months. They were in LA. Imagine, fam, being in a foreign city, homeless for 3 months. He said that they lived between a motel room, one room, 5 guys, and one of his buddies who he was cool with, I think he said it's one of his brothers, a cousin or something, that they were cool with, who lived in Mansfield, in the Mansfield Crip area. And they lived not in his house, but in the shack behind his house. And, he was talking about how the girlfriend would get fed up and stuff and kick him out, and they try to get a room. So when they would have a little money to get a room, they'd go, get a room. And then when they didn't, they, hey man, he'd be at his boy house. Fam? Fam, let me tell you something. I take my hat off to every single one of those guys that I got enough respect to name, to call by name. Layzie Bone, Crazy Bone, Busy Bone, Flesh Bone, and Wishbone. Man, those dudes not only paved the way, but they paid their dues. Because I'm going to tell you something, fam. I wouldn't have done it. And I am a very adventurous type guy. I'm the type of guy, I will take chances. I will roll the dice. But I've always had like a big fear of like living somewhere where I don't have a guarantee that I'm going to be able to be in that same space the very next day. Or even just going out, just living with somebody and not knowing they're going to kick me out, or, and going out to LA, no money, or even New York, no money. In my mind, I'm like, man, if I go out to LA or New York, man, I got to have some money because I just have this fear of being homeless, like actually being on the streets. And I'm like, I'm not staying on no damn streets, I'm not built to like withstand cold weather, and might get by with a little heat because I'm from Texas, but that cold damn weather, man, them dudes be laying on that cold concrete, laying on the park benches and stuff. I couldn't do it. So I would have a fear that something like that could end up being my fate. And I was like, I couldn't do it. So I commend them. And I know a number of people who have done that, who wrote, and these people who are major stars now, who rolled the dice, including Zero. KRS-One went through that. Bernie Mac was homeless. A few other people who have been there, they were homeless, and they just said, man, this is what I want to do, and I'm going to roll the dice. I'm going to try it, and I'm just going to go for it. And it ended up working out for them. I got to commend anybody that would do that would roll that dice and say, this is what I want to do, and this is what I'm willing to do to get there. That takes a lot of damn nerve. We can call it courage. I say it takes a lot of nerve to do something like that. To complete the story, Layzie Bone said that they never did get to meet Eazy while they were in LA, but they heard that Eazy had a show back in Cleveland. So they went back to Cleveland to get on the show. Turns out, Eazy didn't catch their performance, but they went backstage. They was pumped up enough to go backstage and like, hey, we need to meet Eazy. We're gonna meet. So he ran into Yellow Boy, who was he walked up on while he was rapping, and he said there's a whole bunch of dudes behind the stage, backstage, trying to rap and impress Eazy. And he said they walked up to him and they started flowing. But let me back up. He said when Yellow Boy saw him, Yellow Boy was like, man, ain't y'all them niggas that was rapping, man, calling office and stuff. He said, yeah, man, that's us. So, bam, the connect is made. They start rapping for Eazy, and Eazy like, out of everybody, y'all come on. And that's how they got put on. He said they took off. They started their journey November 23rd, 1993, and by June they were signed to Ruthless Records. Oh man, come on, Bone Thugs and Harmony. Same man. Now, before that, he said from 84 to 92, they were rapping in talent shows and just everywhere they could, just rapping, trying to get on, going. Imagine one person trying to do it, but imagine 5 dudes. Everybody struggling artist. You got 5. Damn. I don't know, some of y'all might have had it easy, so y'all probably don't understand the kind of commitment that go with something like that. But that just gave me more reverence for Bone Thugs and Harmony. It just makes me respect them even more, And I know like they had their challenges, like all groups have their challenges. It's gonna always be that. But just the fact that they had to go through all those things that they went through and they're still standing, we still got all of them alive and well, fresh off the versus battle with 3 6 Mafia, another great group. Man, just to see that was beautiful. That versus was beautiful, notwithstanding the, little scuffle that happened or whatever, but man, it was something to see. That was something to see. See all those guys on that stage doing that thing. Beautiful. But I had to ask you guys about their family because I wanted to see if I could encourage somebody who is thinking about doing it and you're running into those obstacles and, perhaps you're doubting yourself. Doubt is cool, don't get me wrong, fam. I mean, I've doubted myself many times, but I kept pushing. You doubt yourself, man, because you're like, damn, man, why it's not happening for me? It's happening for these people, and it's not happening for me, or it's not happening fast enough. And I know I got it. I know I got to tell it. People keep telling me I got it. Damn, I mean, what's happening? What am I doing wrong? And, is this really for me? I would tell you this, fam. All you got to do is keep pushing. If you're going through hell, keep going. Eventually, you'll get out. This process of achieving these major goals, these major milestones, it's not a sprint. It's not a sprint at all, fam. It's really a marathon, and you have to treat it as such. And you can't put a time on it. Stop trying to put a time on it. Oftentimes things don't happen when you want it to happen. It don't even happen in time. It happens in his time or her time, whatever you subscribe to. That's when it happens. But the name of the game is to be consistent. Be consistent. Some of y'all might say, stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. That's what this is about. If you're trying to do something major and the field is already crowded, especially if the field is crowded, and you got people out there that are working their butt off day and night, they going all day, every day, and you part-time. You doing it sparingly. You doing it when you get a wild hair. You doing it when you watch the award shows and get pumped up. That's when you want to get in the studio. That's when you want to write. It's going to be very difficult for you to make it. No, you got to do this thing all the time. Even if you got a full-time job, you got to be writing them raps in between breaks. You got to be thinking and plotting the whole time. Like how I'm going to do it, what I'm going to do, how I'm going to get there. You got to have that Bone Thugs and Harmony hunger. Or you're probably not going to make it. Now, I know that's a tough pill to swallow. But if you're not willing to be dedicated, get yourself plenty of water. No more talk.
What the haters talking about?